A delicate balance. The United States and China, two economic titans locked in a dance of trade. It's a complicated relationship full of twists and turns. Think of it like a tango, but with billions of dollars at stake. On one hand, they're major trading partners. On the other, there's tension, competition, and even a bit of mistrust. China buys a lot of stuff from America. Everything from soybeans to semiconductors. These imports are vital for China's growing economy. They need American goods to feed their people, fuel their industries, and power their tech sector. But this relationship isn't always smooth sailing. Remember those tariffs. Like a bad house guest, they just wouldn't leave. These taxes on imports have caused friction between the two countries, and let's be honest, nobody wins in a trade war. So what does the future hold for this economic tango? Will they find a way to waltz together in harmony, or will they step on each other's toes? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the world is watching. Let's talk soybeans. Those little beans are a big deal in the US-China trade relationship. China needs soybeans to feed its massive population, particularly its pigs. And guess who's the world's largest soybean producer? That's right, the good old US of A. But soybeans aren't the only things making their way across the Pacific. China also relies on the US for pharmaceuticals. Life-saving medicines and medical equipment are in high demand, and American companies are there to meet that need. And let's not forget about petroleum. China's a thirsty giant, consuming huge amounts of oil to keep its economy humming. While they do produce some of their own, they still need to import a significant amount. And you guessed it, the US is a major supplier, so from the heartland to the hospital, from the oil fields to the factory floor, American goods are everywhere in China. It's a testament to the interconnectedness of our globalized world. Here's the thing, China buys a lot from the US, but the US buys even more from China. It's like going out to dinner with a friend who always orders the lobster. This difference, my friends, is called a trade deficit. Now, a trade deficit isn't always a bad thing, but when it's big, it can raise eyebrows. Some people argue that it means American jobs are being lost to overseas factories. Others say it simply reflects the fact that China's a manufacturing powerhouse. This imbalance has fueled calls for a more level playing field. Some want to see tariffs remain in place to protect American industries. Others argue that free trade is the best way to boost both economies. It's a debate that's likely to continue for years to come. So what does the future hold for this complex relationship? Will the US and China continue to tango, or will they trip over their own feet? It's a question that has economists and policymakers scratching their heads. Some believe that cooperation is the only way forward. They argue that both countries benefit from trade and that a full-blown trade war would be disastrous. They point to the potential for collaboration in areas like climate change and global health. Others are more pessimistic, fearing that the two economic giants are on a collision course. They point to China's growing military might and its assertive stance in the South China Sea. They worry that economic competition could eventually spill over into something more dangerous. The truth, as always, is likely somewhere in between. The US-China relationship is too important to abandon, but it's also too complex to predict with any certainty. One thing's for sure. The decisions made in Washington and Beijing will have ripple effects around the world.